some reflections on learning. This is going to be way too loud. Anyway, I'm here at Padang Padang Beach in Bali. Pretty close to the end of my trip to Bali, actually. I finally decided to come out and try surfing. And I wanted to share some thoughts about learning, just inspired by the experience that I had of trying to learn to surf today. And this is sort of a sequel to another video that I made that was something like, I'm not ready, respecting your innate learning sense, or something like that. Basically, like, what I noticed was that I had a very different experience of trying to learn surfing just now than I would have like 3 or 4 years ago or earlier. And the core difference was that I was like utterly refusing to rush myself. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be as good as I am at this today, and I'm not gonna be better than that. I'm also not gonna be worse than that, and I guess that I would probably pick it up relatively quickly. I've snowboarded before, and I'm pretty coordinated and stuff, but I really wasn't sure, and I didn't know what it would be like, and so I had an attitude of like, well, I'm just gonna get as far as I get, and I'm not actually sure how good I was relative to other people who have just tried their first hour of surfing. And it sort of doesn't matter as well, but like, even the idea that that's somehow a relevant question, I think comes from years and years and years of, being in school, being compared to other people, being, the people who are falling behind, sort of getting rushed along, and therefore weren't learning even worse than they would if things kind of like slowed down to match their pace. And, so there's a sense of like, it's hard to capture. It's hard to capture the feel of it, but there's something really, it's like, so I was having kind of like a one-on-one, sort of like a lesson. The guy was more, I feel like more of a guide than a teacher, in that he was sort of, he showed me the basic move of how to pop up on the board, and then he just kind of led me out to the right spot in the waves, and then he said, all right, ready? Now go, paddle, pop up. And that was kind of it. And then I would get as far as I got, and of course it was, I was aiming to go really far, which I only really did once. But then I'd have to paddle all the way back to him, which turned out was actually quite an ordeal. For whatever reason, the muscles that I needed in order to get me and the board, way back, I found it really tiring. And I sometimes found myself wondering, like, is he waiting for me? Does he think I'm slow? Does he think I'm lazy? And I just sort of relaxed all those things. I was like, I'm going as fast as I can, and I'm not going to shame myself for being what I am, being where I'm at in all this. I did notice that I got into a groove, though, of wanting to be able to go faster just because I wanted to catch more waves, and so I was getting frustrated at myself for that reason. But it wasn't shameful. It was more like irritation, like, why isn't the user experience of this whole surfing thing better? It made me want to try wakeboarding, actually, where you're on a cord kind of behind a boat and you're just surfing on the waves of the wake of the boat. I was like, that seems higher ROI, because I had probably 20 seconds, maybe 30 of being on the waves out of an hour of being on the water. And I'm sure you can get better at staying on the waves. First of all, that would have helped. But then also just like, faster at being able to navigate the channel back to catch the next wave. But what is the essence of the thing? The essence of the thing is this quality of like I'm okay and nobody can tell me otherwise. I think that's really the core of it. It's like this sense that, that I'm gonna get where I get, and there's not anywhere else that I'm supposed to get. And I really want more people to have this sense in their learning process, a kind of a willingness to stand up for themselves and say, no, I want to learn this. I'm capable of learning it, but this is as fast as I can go, or whatever. And to not confuse being slower than you or somebody else expected with being incapable of learning. I think that's really the core of it. All right, I'm gonna get off this rock. The rocks here are extremely spiky. They're not comfy to sit on at all. They're all old volcanic stuff where, for whatever reason, the kind of mandelbulb fractalist shape that they make is excruciatingly spiky. So I've literally been just crouching the whole time here, which is fine. I'm capable of that, but I think I'm done. So yeah, hopefully this helps you with some sort of learning process that you're in. Yeah, if you like this, do check out the other video that I made. I'll put a little thingy of it here or something like that, called "I'm Not Ready." It's also really beautiful, and I think I touched the core of the thing more there a little bit. I wanted to share this example. So, all right.